Oliver Wendell Holmes affirmed that a mind stretched by new ideas never returns to its original dimension. In fact, nothing can stop an idea whose time has come. Today, let's talk about cultivating creativity, how your ideas spark innovation. Oh, you know what's up? Turn me up. I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope that yes, you are doing well. And well, I want to welcome you to another edition of In the Mix. I'm your host with the most, yours truly, Dr. Eddie Connor, and it is an honor that you have joined me today. I need you to do me a quick favor. Hit that thumbs up button on this video. Hit that like button. Please and thank you. Hit the subscribe button as well. Yeah, I'm growing your greatness. Help me to grow our channel for change, our channel that creates change, our channel that breaks chains. And like we always do at this time, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. As a matter of fact, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. Yes, as a matter of fact, it signifies the fact we're going to light it up. We're going to brighten it up. We're going to flip the switch. Yeah. We're going to keep it 100. We're too lit to quit. Why? Because we are the light of the world. And as we have this conversation of illumination, this courageous conversation of illumination, rather, we are also going to spotlight and highlight today's topic and title, which is Cultivating Creativity, how your ideas spark innovation. And there's one thing that we need to really recognize about the fact is the serious aspect that you and I were created to create. Yeah, you were created to create. You have a level of creativity. You have a level of ingenuity that the world needs. And when you hide it, when you mask it, when you discard of it, you do the world a disservice. Simply because you were created to create by the Creator. You got something that is within you that is absolutely ingenious. And the question becomes, is what problem was God trying to solve when He created you? Come on, I want you to lean in on this one. What problem was God trying to solve when He created you? Which means that He created you simply because He understood that there was a problem that you could provide a solution to. Heard somebody say, listen, I don't just sell products, I sell solutions. I don't just sell particular services and products and objects that are packaged, this, that, and the other. No, I give answers. I'm a solution-oriented individual that I provide solutions to people's problems. I've obsessed so much over people's problems that I've cultivated a level of creativity to now give solutions to those particular problems. I'm an answer to a problem. Family, just type I'm an answer. I'm an answer. I'm an answer. I'm an answer. And the answer is sparked. The answer is honed. The answer is developed and is created when you cultivate that level of creativity. Proverbs says your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. The Apostle Paul told a timid Timothy to stir up the gift. He recognized the timidity in Timothy, the hesitancy, being reticent to stir up the gift. He said, listen, you got to stir up the gift. That's your level of creativity. That's where your ideas and your ingenuity flows. You got to cultivate that particular gift that has been given to you. And matter of fact, it's not just been given to you. It's a generational baton that's been passed from your grandmother, from your mother. I want to talk to you from maybe your father, maybe from your grandfather. It's a generational gift that you have, and you do a disservice to everybody else, not who's in your sphere of influence, but everyone who's coming after you, if you don't do something with the gift of what it is that God gave you. But I love what the painter Pablo Picasso said. He said, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give your gift away. I need you to hear me. Your gift is not just for you. Your gift is to bless other people. It's to empower the people. It's to provide solutions to their problems through what it is that you've been gifted, called, and cultivated to do. And here's what I understand. If you don't evolve, you won't be involved. Got to get better. Got to think smarter. Got to think quicker. And one thing I understand about success loves speed. Too many of us were waiting. We're sitting back. We're idle. We're wondering, should I do this? Should I do that? I don't know if I should take this next step. I don't know if I should X, Y, Z this. And I don't know. Success loves speed. Fear loves being slow of foot. And too many of us are waffling. Too many of us are biting our nails. Too many of us are waiting for somebody to give us the green light rather than going and taking it and making it happen. If you don't evolve, you won't be involved. You can't run old software on a new computer. Just like you can't use old ideas on a new mindset. You got to develop the software. You have to upgrade the software. You have to upgrade your mindset. That's why Oliver Wendell Holmes, noted author and physician, said a mind stretched by new ideas never returns to its original dimension. Mind stretched by new ideas. What are you doing to stretch the elasticity of your thinking? Netflix is not going to stretch the elasticity of your thinking more than that book will. Being around drama-filled people and dream killers is not going to stretch the elasticity of your thinking more than other people who have been where you're trying to go will. And so what does it mean? It's time to be expansive. It's time to be innovative. When you think about the future of tech, when you think about diversity that's necessary and needed in technology, when you think about how your industry, whether it's in the church, whether it's in the ministry, whether it's in biotech, whether it's in biology, whether it's in the community, it needs an upgrade. It needs new innovation. It needs fresh ideas. But you have to have the eyes of your understanding already enlightened so that you know what is coming next. So that you have an air of confidence. So that you recognize the greatness of the growth that's on the inside of you. Family, just type I'm creative. Type I'm creative. Type I am creative. And hear me, because of your creativity, you don't have to go along to get along. Because of your creativity, you don't have to color inside the lines. Start coloring outside the lines. Think bigger than your boulevard. Think bigger than your budget. Think bigger than your background. Think bigger than all the parameters that are specifically on your supposed belief system. God broke the mold when he made you. And so now here's what it's time to do. Break the mold in your industry. Got to ask certain questions. Why do we do certain things this way? Why do we think this way? Why do I behave this way? Why do the people and the predecessors before me do X, Y, Z this way? What if we move the needle forward in this particular arena, in this particular environment? from this particular platform and perspective, what would happen? And in order to find that out, in order to discover that, this is what you got to do. You got to take calculated risks. Cultivating creativity is also about taking calculated risk. If you're going to go where you've never gone before, you got to do what you've never done before. If you're going to be a trendsetter and a trailblazer, a mover and a shaker and a history maker and a record breaker and an innovator, you have to cultivate the gifts of what it is that's within you. And you know what our problem is? Our problem is we keep looking at everybody else's timeline. We keep looking at everybody else's social media page when God is trying to show you his timeline. I declare over your life, listen, you're not going to be distracted any longer. You're not going to be comparing who it is that you are to everybody else. You're an anomaly. You're a phenomenon. You're a creative and innovative engineer of your own life. You are the CEO, the chief encouraging officer of your own life. You were not created to just do what everybody else did and to have what everybody else has. You were created to do something different and to go where no one has ever gone before and to do what no one has ever done before. God's got more in store for you, and now's the time to tap into the creativity and cultivate it so that now your ideas can spark innovation. I got more in store. I got more in store to really push you to be a forward thinker. Once you stick and stay, more is on the way after these messages. I'll be right back. You know, I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now. accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. Is such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday. 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays. And then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays, we have TNT Tuesdays. Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church. Yes, y'all, and we don't stop. Family, I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. Conversations like this one right here is why you need to become a member of In the Mix. Yeah. We're having this courageous conversation right now, talking about cultivating creativity, how your ideas spark innovation. Sincere salute to all of you who are in our live chat. Yeah. That lets me know that you are a member because you have a digital decal by your name. I appreciate you getting a badge. I know you're listening. I know you want a badge, so let me tell you how to get one. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video for how to get a badge. All I have to do is tap that link, click that link, and you're going to see 3 options pop up: VIP, Royalty, OQP. Choose one of those 3. My gift to you is to give you access to our members only area. Once you unlock the unlimited, once you get an all access pass, access granted, I want you to go behind this conversation, beyond this conversation, and have even more connectivity with me. Go right now to become a member of In the Mix. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker as we're having this super courageous conversation about how your ideas are sparking innovation by cultivating your creativity. And as I was mentioning before, for you to go where you've never gone before, you got to do what you've never done before. You got to think how you've never thought before. And it begins somewhere. No, listen, the skyscraper is not built in the sky. It's built below the ground. It's not just even built at ground level. It's built below the ground. If I want to go higher, my roots have to be deeper. I have to have a foundation before it commences to elevation. My elevation means nothing without a foundation. Because if I don't have the right type of foundation, my elevation will never stand anyway. If I'm not rooted deep, I really can't spring to another dimension. And that's why you cannot despise the day of small beginnings. You just can't. Nobody starts at the top. It's a step by step. What do the proverbs say? What are the Asian proverb, the mystical proverb, as they would say, the Chinese proverb suggested this, that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Can't talk yourself out of what God wants you to step into. Everybody else may have a degree, they may have a resume, but you have a vision. At least you should. And what is that vision? Have you written that vision? Writing the vision, making it plain. With that vision should come an action plan. A degree, a resume said this, says what I did, but a vision says what I'm going to do. And I need you to hear me. Closed-minded people, closed-minded individuals are not innovators. Only open-minded people are. Those individuals cannot spark innovation. They're not trendsetters. They're followers. Open-minded people aren't just looking for answers. They're looking for questions. The innovation begins with a question. Like I asked you before, ask you to probe in and ask yourself, in this particular industry, why do we do things this way? Why do we think this way? Why do we celebrate the way that we celebrate this way? Why do we do these particular customs and these particular ideas? Why have these been staples throughout this particular journey and this particular genre? Questions lead to innovation. Questions are so powerful, so much so that it says in scripture, ask and it shall be given, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be open. A know-it-all who thinks they know it all doesn't ask questions at all. And here's what I understand. A know-it-all really knows nothing at all. The more that I know, the more I realize what I don't know. And I only get to understand what it is that I don't know when I begin to ask more questions. You cannot create without being curious. Curiosity leads to creativity. Curiosity cultivates creativity. I gotta affirm it. I gotta rehearse it. I gotta develop it. I gotta see it. And I need you to hear me. You were not created to watch things happen. You were not created to ask what happened. You were created to make things happen. And for many of us, the hardest prison to break free, from is the prison in your mind. But here's what I speak over your life. I speak freedom to your mind. I speak growth to your mind. I speak possibility to your mind. I speak innovative ideas and impact and influence to your mind. I speak that every psychological prison cell in your mind is broken. Every pain, every form of trauma that gets in the way of your creativity. Every I can't do spirit, every spirit that says that you're going to fail and nothing is going to prosper. Broken off your mind. You ought to decree over your life. Listen, this is the highest that I've ever been, but the lowest that you're going to ever see me. This is the highest I've ever been, but the lowest you'll ever see me. You are not at the end of your story. You're at the end of a chapter. The next page, it just turned in your life. The next page is just turned in favor for your life to be greater. Come on, if I'm talking to you, if you know I'm talking to you and you know this is about to happen for you, just type me. Come on, type me. Type me. Type me. I don't know who I'm talking to. I hope it's you. Come on, if you believe that it's going to happen for you, that your next chapter is going to be better than your last chapter. Your next chapter is going to be better than your current chapter. That this is the highest you've ever been, but the lowest that we're ever going to see you. Just type me. Me is happening for me. Greater is ensuing for me. Next level opportunities are in store for me. Why? Because if you have a pulse, you have a purpose. If you're not dead, God ain't done. This is not the last part of your life. This is just the journey to your next dimension. No, we're not putting a period at it. It's just a comma. Don't let people put a period where God placed a comma. Stop looking at what went wrong and start looking at what's going right. Come on, I need you to be optimistic more than ever before. I need you to be optimistic in the face of the opposition. Come on, who told you what you can't do? Who told you what you can't become? Who told you what you can't overcome? Well, it's time to raise your level of optimism. It's time to raise your level of determination. Time to begin to envision and imagine. To move your mindset to a place of expansion. So that now you can cultivate a level of innovation, ideas, impact, influence. That's what we do in our Eagles community. How we empower you to soar into greater success and purpose. Increasing your ideas, your impact, your influence. Cultivating your level of innovation and imagination. If that's you, you really want to grow in those areas and more, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Show of hands. Show of emoji hands, matter of fact. How many of you believe that God doesn't make mistakes? Come on, drop some emoji hands if you believe God doesn't make mistakes. If you know you're not a mistake, come on, I want to talk to you. If you know you're not a mistake, drop some emoji hands in the chat. Some of y'all hands too slow. Some of y'all like, God could have blessed me a little quicker last time. You're not a mistake. God doesn't make mistakes. Didn't make a mistake when he created you. Heard somebody say the other day, how do you believe and serve a God who you think doesn't make mistakes, but you think God made an error with you? Let me say it again. Heard somebody say the other day, how do you serve a God that makes no mistakes, but you think God made an error when he created you? The math ain't mathing. It's not adding up. Well, you could have made me look like her. You could have made me sound like them. You could have made me be like him. You could have gave me what they have. Stop it. Scripture says this, that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are God's workmanship, created unto good works. So here's what you ought to be in awe of. You ought not to be in awe of just everybody else. You ought to be in awe of who it is that you are. Come on. You ought to be in awe of who it is that you are. 206 bones in your body. You ought to be in awe of the fact that nobody's fingerprint is just like yours. You ought to be in awe of the fact that even if you had a twin, nobody's specifically just like you. You ought to be in awe of the fact that in all of humanity, God saw fit to put you in this particular generation at this particular time in life for such a time as this. You ought to be in awe of how you made it through. You ought to be in awe of what God's done for you. You ought to be in awe of how God created you. Why? Because there's no one specifically like you. There will never be another you. I applaud you. Come on. You ought to applaud yourself. You ought to pat yourself on the back. You ought to honor your humanity. You are one of one. You're the only one. You're not this or that. You are this and that. Come on. If you believe it, type I'm one of one. Type one of one. Come on. If you know that you're one of one, here's what you got to do. You got to stop hurting yourself trying to be like everybody else. And you got to start loving you through what you've gone through. That's going to cultivate the creativity in you. That's going to spark the innovation, the imagination, the ideas that are on the inside of you. Why? Because what flows from you is good enough. And some of us are putting our genius on halt because you keep questioning yourself. I don't know if I could put this book out because I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I can do this particular project and this essay and be able to cultivate this particular idea and this plan and develop this business and this blueprint because I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't really know if I could move from this particular level to this particular tax bracket because I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if this innovative idea is good enough. I don't know if this particular plan that I want to enact is good enough. Stop talking yourself down. When God wants to lift you up, you're creative, you're imaginative, you've got ingenuity, you've got intellectuality, you've got ideas that are going to spark innovation. And now is the time to go for it. Go for it. Come on, family, just type go for it. Go for it. Just type it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Make it happen. Stop making excuses. Go for it. Write the vision. Make it plain. Take the vision. Make it actionable. Move from vision to provision through the power of action. And go for it. It's within you. You've been cultivated and created for such a time as this. Do it big and make no apologies for your success. Family, I want you to sow into this word that you've heard. Not as a debt that you owe, it is a seed that you have sown. And I want you to sow into this word. Yes, your seed can help us to broaden this broadcast from cities to communities, communities to cities, neighborhoods to nations, locally, nationally, and globally. You can help us to do that. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video for how and where to give. Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries is where you can sow. PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at gmail.com. We've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. Yes, do that. Again, Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries. As you're sowing your seed, I want you to name your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed creativity. Maybe you're naming your seed confidence. Maybe you're naming your seed cultivation. I don't know what you're naming your seed. Maybe you're naming your seed clarity. Whatever you're naming your seed, I want to stand in agreement and stand in the gap with you that God's going to do it 30, 60, 100 fold. He's going to increase all of your efforts. Whatever you're putting your hands to, it's going to prosper exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. Thank you for even sowing electronically and online via Cash App, $, Dr. Eddie Ministries, Dr. Eddie Ministries, Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, gmail.com. Thank you for the super conversation. Thank you for participating in that. Thank you for the super chat, the super sticker, super thanks, and a super thanks to you for being a part of this courageous conversation today. Yes. Conversation like this one right here is why you need to become a member of In the Mix. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video for how and where to become a member of In the Mix. Get one of those digital decals. That lets me know that you are a primetime member in our amazing members area. Membership has its privileges. Tap that link, click that link, choose one of those three options: VIP, Royalty, OQP. My gift to you is to give you access to our members only area as a part of this YouTube, to unlock that, to get an all access pass to behind the scenes exclusive footage, coverage, content, and information. Of course, if you're not a member of our Eagles community, soar with us. Got an amazing class tomorrow. I want you to soar with us into greater success and purpose. Soar with us even now. That's you. You want to grow in your greatness. You want to cultivate your creativity. You want to soar to another dimension. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Family, were you transformed by this conversation? Come on, don't fool me now. Let me know. If you were transformed by this conversation, just type me. Type me. Yeah. Do it big and type me. Family, In the Mix is out of time. But trust me, I'm not out of truth. And so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. We roll together each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday, for In the Mix. And we mix it up right here on the YouTube side. Hit that thumbs up button, like, comment, share, subscribe. Yes. Share this with somebody. Of course, sincere salute to all of our viewers on our sister satellite stations on social media. I just got a question for you. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Then step this way, step that way. Which way? Friending me and follow me. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop at EddieConnorJr. Family, put some respect on my name. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. And I want you to show up this Sunday to our amazing church where I serve as a pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Ministry in the city of Detroit, 20470 Hubble Street. In the city of Detroit is where we are saving you a seat. A church alive is worth the flight or the drive. Join us as we thrive. Personally inviting you to get an amazing experience, worship experience with us, word and worship, powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Get more information about our church at trwchurch.org. Get some of our church merch. Yeah, you see our logo, TRW, the Remnant Worshipers, on the back side of the shirt says Faith Family Forward. That's our motto. Got 18 books out there. You can get any of my books on Amazon as ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies, signed copies. You can get those as well on my website, EddieConnor.com, EddieConnor.com. I got a litany of other resources, such as my best-selling book, Blueprint, where I show you what I have done with all 18 of my books, how I've been able to take it from manuscript to create a masterpiece, where my books have become bestsellers. You want to download my bestseller book, Blueprint? This is the year to write your book. No more excuses. I'm giving you the whole blueprint from A to Z, everything in between: how to market, how to sell, how to publish, how to make it an ebook, how to make it a paperback, whatever you want it to be. I can show you how to do it successfully. Also, you want to pick up my Successful Speaker Strategies digital guide. Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you're using better words. How to create and color and craft your message, how to wow your audience, and also how to be invited back. That makes a difference as well. Speaking of speaking, if you're looking for a dynamic speaker, now why would you look any further? You know that I'm the man for the job, so invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session. Let's make some progression. All you have to do is email me to invite me. info@EddieConnor.com. Yes. Put me on your calendar. Invite me. Email me info@EddieConnor.com, and it'd be an honor for me to invite you, or to empower you rather, as you invite me. Yes, it'd be an honor for me to empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother, and I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun, but it really got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter. Peace and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed, to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book, Blueprint. It's available right now, accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author, you owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. It's such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday. 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays, and then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays we have TNT Tuesdays. Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org, and then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church.